Welcome back to Dark Room Reviews. This time around, I am joined with the one and only Dave Show. Dave, how's it going, man?
Other than extremely hot and sweaty, I'm good.
Oh, I'm right there with you. So I got a few topics that are pretty relevant right now, I guess. The first one, I'm going to just start off right off the bat. Twisters, which is the sequel to the 90s film Twister, set to be released a week from this Thursday, July 17th. It's directed by Lee Isaac Chung and has a budget of $200 million. So let me ask you, what have you experienced? Have you seen the original Twister?
I have not. So this will be a blind going for me. I
Uh,
figured it'd be best to do it that way, and then if I like it, go
right.
back and visit the original.
You know, it's funny. So a few months back, I was keeping an eye on Twister on Blu-ray through Amazon, and it slowly but surely, as the weeks went on, the price went up. So it was like 13, and now it's like 25 and sold out. So, but yeah, people have been posting pictures, like on through, you know, their local Walmart has it for a good price. And yeah, I think it's streaming somewhere. I think it's streaming on Max. It's my guess. And yeah, I'd like to see it again before this new one comes out, but we'll see.
Yeah. I guarantee you mine probably doesn't even have it because my Walmart is just garbage.
Yeah, the town I grew up in, that was like my go-to spot, was new releases, and you know, in recent years they didn't like stock up like right away like they used to. So there's days where I would visit, you know, once in the early morning, once in the morning, once in the evening, and if I got lucky, there'd be stuff out in the evening. But other than that, I would have had to wait a few days. So are you planning on seeing Twisters?
I am. I'm not sure when. I'm hopeful that I will see it on time next week.
Mm-hmm.
If my schedule doesn't change again, probably be maybe the week after.
Right.
I will see it. It's just a matter of if it's going to be on time or once everybody else sees it.
Mm-hmm. I think this is going to be a popular one. I think a lot of people are familiar with the original, and so, you know, hopefully that will get people to the movie theaters, pay a ticket for it, and just enjoy the ride. I plan on seeing it at some point. I don't know if I'm gonna see it, you know, the Thursday night showing, but we'll see. It's exciting right now to, you know, be a movie fan, be excited for, you know, these familiar IPs.
Yeah. And Luke Combs is probably helping it a lot too. So
Right.
his single that came out, that's probably going to get a lot of people in there too.
Now, is it that song in the trailer? Is that him?
Yes, that's him and his song.
Okay.
I haven't listened to it, to be honest, but I've seen clips here and there.
Mm-hmm, right. I honestly, after the trailer, I've seen, you know, a few times now. I think I kind of know like the formula they're going for and what's gonna happen in a way. I mean,
yeah, I kind of already do too. It's basically the predecessor to the original without them saying that.
right. Yeah.
They go, we don't want to say it, but it's
Right.
the predecessor.
Yeah, there's some chatter as to whether or not is this like a direct sequel or like a prequel. I think it's a sequel.
From what I saw, they said it's a prequel,
Reboot. I don't know.
prequel, you know, the fancy term that people love to use nowadays in the horror community, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Prequels.
Yeah, yep. Those terms, man, I don't know. I just reboot is enough for me. Yeah. remake, reboot. Yeah, so I hope, you know, the opening weekend, those few days, I hope it earns, you know, a little bit of money.
Well, I think it will. It doesn't have anything going up against it for that week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after that week, you're not going to see any talk of it at all.
Oh, yeah, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which leads me to my next topic, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I don't know if you saw on the internet, there was news that broke out. There was a 35-minute clip shown to fans in China recently. And there was some spoilers in this article, but I skipped it. I didn't see the spoilers, but it has me pumped up.
I've seen
Um,
tweets here and there from screenshots.
right. Oh, screenshots. Okay. Yeah, I know it's gonna involve, having it's the X-Men, previous X-Men going in, maybe Fantastic Four. Um, yeah, I hope they have something fun for us in store. I'm sure.
Oh, from what one person tweeted, we're probably going to be in for an emotional ride. I know that much for a fact.
Okay. Now I think a lot of those emotional beats are gonna come from Hugh Jackman himself and his role in the movie.
The marketing has already gone nuts. The Coca-Cola
Oh,
bottles, the
oh yeah.
pizzas already.
Yeah, I think just, Deadpool alone is enough for people to, start talking and
Yeah.
yeah. But then you add Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine. Now, keep in mind the last time we saw him was in Logan. Yeah,
That was
so
an expensive steelbook that I bought.
I was I was lucky enough to have found a Blu-ray at my local Goodwill.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I lucked out there. But yeah, the movie is going to be huge. A lot of I think it's going to make bank that weekend, opening weekend.
Oh,
Now,
it's going to make more than what it's supposed to opening weekend.
mhm,
I hear it's supposed to already make about 2 billion already opening weekend.
really?
See the pre-ticket sales already?
Oh, though I
How
didn't
much
even think about
money?
that. Yeah.
How much money those have already made?
Speaking of, I have yet to get a ticket, snag a ticket. I don't know. I might
I
have to wait. I don't know how long I'll have to wait, but I'm gonna
I got
check.
mine
I
Friday.
know, I know there's multiple showings. I know that much.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to look into that pretty soon. Um, yeah. Do you have anything else to add to Deadpool and Wolverine?
It's gonna be the way to end the summer. I know technically summer doesn't end until August, but let's be honest here.
Right.
This is it. This is the final summer movie.
And speaking of final, I think a lot of the plot is Deadpool, Wolverine teaming up, and it's like a goodbye to the Fox, Marvel stuff. I think, yeah,
I can see it.
yeah, going forward. Um, Moving on to topic 3, I have. So I think you and I have seen separately, of course, Maxine, which is still in theaters now. A lot of mixed reviews, but overall, people liked it. I think from my point of view, personally, I enjoyed it. I didn't I didn't mind that it was a not a full blown slasher film, like say like I had some of the elements from like X. It had those beats, but for the most part, if it was just kind of like a murder mystery set in the 80s.
Yeah.
I know you liked it. You liked it, right?
I thoroughly enjoyed it, but after sitting on it for a few weeks, I can kind of understand where some people had issues.
Mm-hmm.
This is a spoiler for anybody who's not seen this. Click off now. The father who ends up getting axed at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I could see why people probably were annoyed with his overselling.
Mm-hmm.
He was overselling it too much. I could see how the third act could annoy some people. The
Right.
beats probably weren't the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you looked at the trailers, you knew what was going to happen. It was set in Hollywood. It was about the Night Stalker. Basically, Maxine was already in trouble as it was. If you looked over Pearl and X,
Right.
you kind of knew what this final chapter was going to be. It was just, was it going to execute it properly or not?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it did.
Yeah. Like honestly, I totally dug the whole 80s sleaziness to it. That really was spot on for me. I enjoyed that part. But there was moments where um there was like one particular scene early on. You had Maxine walking down this alley. The fence was like locked
Oh,
off.
that one made me go, ugh.
To me, that felt like it wasn't like done. I don't know. It wasn't directed. It felt like it wasn't made, like that scene wasn't done by Ty West. It felt like some, I don't know, maybe what he was going for, something really like cheesy. I
That
don't know.
scene needed more of a like Terrifier feel. I felt like they were trying to take the kill scene from Terrifier 2
Mhm.
and like not copy it, but try to
Right.
put their own spin on it. And I could kind of see where people were like, yeah, that's not directed very well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. This movie, the pace, like I mentioned before, like the pacing is just all over the place. I like the opening scene. I didn't have a problem with, her auditioning but yeah,
I
I
will
can see people's gripes for sure.
I will say that another good thing that I feel about this movie
Mm-hmm.
is the like the raunchiness,
Mm-hmm.
the bodiness wasn't there so much as like X and Pearl. There wasn't too much like full body shots,
Right.
which is good, and it could also be bad depending on who
Mm-hmm.
you talk to, because that's kind of how this trilogy has been portrayed.
Right.
But I think Ty West wants to do a fourth one, and if he does, I'd be down. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what you're gonna do with the fourth one, but
I had mentioned I commented on someone's a video of this of Maxine, and I suggested maybe a fourth one could be about an old lady Maxine, and go from there. But
as long as she's not as bad as that old lady from X, we'll be fine. You know
right.
who I'm referring to.
Oh, that was old lady Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sure you want to get on to the next topic. I'll add one final thing and then we'll move on.
Mhm.
My boy Kevin Bacon got completely ruined in that kill scene.
He did.
You tell me he couldn't escape the car? Like, I know you were handcuffed.
Oh, was he? Okay. I must have
did
missed
you?
that part.
Yeah, okay. So you know how he was in the car, right? Under
Right.
that squishy thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, when they knocked him out beforehand, he was kind of like handcuffed to the steering wheel.
I think Maxine was also pointing a gun at him, I think.
No, she was standing away.
Right.
She was just watching him as the thing was lowering, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's cool, but I'm like, come on, it's Kevin Bacon. You couldn't give him better than that.
Yeah, true. I mean, you could argue that he was, the bigger villain than the surprise reveal at the end. I just thought about that now.
Yeah, that reveal was pretty predictable, if we're going to be honest.
No, for me, I hadn't guessed that it was that person the whole time. I didn't know, but yeah, I just enjoyed.
My bad. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Yeah. So I wrote down that its debut last week, it ranked in like $7.5 million, which was, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it had a bigger budget than that.
I mean, it probably will make its money. I don't know by how much.
Right.
A24 has kind of struggled this year with making their money back.
Mm-hmm.
They've kind of gone a lot of left field than what they normally do.
Right.
I feel like when they did Civil War, that was their like big bang for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And with how much people are anticipating Maxine, maybe not a lot of people went out to see it as they said they were going to.
Mm-hmm.
You know how the internet is. Oh, we're going to go see something. No, we're not. And then they just don't.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully when it hits streaming and physical and all that hoopla, it makes its money, but $7 billion is okay for what was his budget supposed to be?
I don't know, but I'm sure it was more than that. But
Yeah. So
it was fine for what it was. I think it's going to be streaming or VOD pretty soon.
yeah, that type of movie, it will. It doesn't have enough legs to stay in the movie. Oh, water. Doesn't have legs to stay in the theater for that long. With most of the horror movies this year haven't stayed in theaters that long.
Mm-hmm. And the last topic I wanted to talk about was upcoming movie, a little movie called Longlegs.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I've seen that Friday.
I've seen. I've been watching reviews, non-spoiler stuff though, and I'm antsy. I've never been this like itching to see it before in a little while, especially a horror movie.
It could be horror movie of the year. I know we still have Terrifier 3 and Smile 2, but
Mm-hmm.
you have Nick Cage, you have all these creepy trailers.
Mm-hmm.
If all this is executed correctly,
Mm-hmm.
horror movie of the year, hands down.
So let me tell you, the last time I was like really creeped out over a horror movie was actually Smile. I saw that in theaters, not knowing what to expect. And it just creeped me out. By the end, it creeped me out. I was creeped out. Very few movies have done that. I know Insidious, long ago I saw Insidious in theaters. That I thought about that long after I had watched it that night.
Oof.
Talk to Me was good. Was good, but it didn't have that creep factor too much.
Yeah, it didn't feel it was kind of disappointing.
I mean, it wasn't terrible, but by any means.
I liked what the uniqueness they tried to do. Clearly, I liked it enough to buy the freaking giant collector's edition, but there's just some weird things that could have been fixed.
Speaking of long legs, I discovered yesterday that there was a theater maybe 7 miles from me. It was a Regal theater, and it was showing Long Legs. There was a 7 p.m. showing, but it was sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was like, what? I got to look into this. And yeah.
That's a good sign, at least.
Yeah, for sure. That was unexpected. I didn't see that coming. So, do you want to add any other topics or to the stream, or do you want?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about Rhea coming back.
Okay, yeah, that was unexpected. Last time I saw her, she was in a match, WrestleMania. She won, but she had gotten injured at some point, right? Or like the Raw after.
Yeah. So what had happened was Liv obviously attacked her, and then she had to go out and get injured. And then she finally came back last night, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dom is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's in a lot of trouble, buddy.
I think they ought to. I've never been a big fan of Dom. Think he needs to like go away. Go away.
Well, he's getting that natural heat then.
I think the Judgment Day we'll see them, split up at some point. Damian Priest is obviously the standout of that group.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. And what else can I come? Oh, I have another one. What do you think's going to end up being like the movie The Fall? Like, what do you think is going to do really well in the fall time?
Are you referring to like upcoming movies?
Yeah, upcoming fall movie season.
Oh gosh. Obviously we have. Well, I wouldn't mention Alien Romulus. That's more of an August movie. I don't know. I know something's coming out in December. Oh, So Marvel Studios, Craven the Hunter is coming out. I don't know. We have The Wild Robot. That's another animated film that's coming out.
Yep, that's in September.
Right. Yeah.
We have The Lion King Mufasa in December and Sonic 3 in December.
Yeah, which I think pretty soon there'll probably be a trailer at some point, right?
The Lion King ones already came out. Sonic will probably start doing their trailers like late October, probably early November.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then we also have Venom coming out in October.
Yeah, so a lot of Sony Marvel stuff going on. Yeah.
And the Joker too.
Yes, that's another one. That's another one.
What has been your favorite movie of the year so far?
Oh, obviously the obvious one, Dune Part 2. That was an experience. Civil War, I really enjoyed. Furiosa, of course. And Love Lies Bleeding is up there.
That was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anything has been able to, in the way of like favorite movie of the year, I don't think anything has topped Dune yet.
Mm-hmm. No, I think something beat it out, right? Wasn't it Inside Out 2?
Inside Out 2, yes. They did it. They beat it out numbers wise, yes.
I mean, as far as like the box office, I think, right? Or I don't know. Yeah, it
made $2 billion. It made I think over $2 million in 3 days.
Okay, yeah, it's exciting. I think. I mean, I saw earlier Despicable Me 4. I think that's doing well too, right? I think it beat out Maxine too. I mean, this past weekend.
Yeah, that's another one that has had not mixed reviews, mostly a lot of negative reviews.
Oh yeah, but despite that, people are, families are still going out to support it.
Yeah, I went Wednesday afternoon at noon, sold out.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, it was so bad that I had a assigned chair, right? I didn't even realize I had an assigned seat because it was already all sold out.
All right, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here, man.
Alrighty, bud.
Okay. All right. Hopefully next time I'll have things more set up. I mean,
it's all good.
All right. Till next time. See ya.
See ya.